And right, cool, man. And just pressure washed it of all the shit that we got on it, the mud. Put the exhaust guard on there that I bought for it. Plastics came out pretty white. Used my cheapo Harbor Freight electric pressure washer on it. Came out clean. Blasted the decals off of it on this side. Oh well. Shit happened. Alright. Got a lot of compliments on my fork legs. And just how clean the bike is in general for its age. The engine is a 76. The frame and swing arm and tree there and forks are all 79. So is the gas tank. The front of the tank is scalloped in. Whereas the earlier ones are not. But so far everything's tight and right, man. Ain't leaked a goddamn drop of oil or fuel yet. The only thing that's come loose is the front fender. And of course everything needs to be polished. It did rip a few knobbies off. There's a missing one right there. It's got a couple other ones missing too. Chewed that tire up quick. Quick. It really hasn't been ridden that much. But yeah, not a drop of oil. Usually they leak all over up in here, or right here, or they're leaking out of the head gasket, or they're leaking out of the base, or they're leaking out of the rocker shaft, or this line here is freaking rotted out and cracked and you know, leaking everywhere. Same thing with the bottom line down in there that you can't see, nor could you see if I even stuck it up under there. The oil pan's in the way, or the skid pan, excuse me. But you can see a little hint of it down there where it connects up to the frame. But yeah, she ain't leaked a drop of shit, nothing. That's a good one. And if you were to have one of these, and I've been asked this by a couple guys, which wire to test out of the stator. You're going to have a blue one and two that are white with colored stripe. You don't even worry about those for your ignition. Those are for running lights. It's the black wire you need to test. The black wire out of the stator. And then if you don't have any output out of that, that tells you right there what your problem is. Your stator is no good. But if you have power at your stator, next thing I would do would be clean the points. Make sure your wire from your points is hooked up along with your stator and your coil wire low tension lead. But usually the problem is points need to be cleaned with these. These things are so super finicky about that. Super finicky. About every third or fourth time I ever get one of mine out, I have to fucking clean the points. Every damn time. It's not that big a deal, but if you don't run them constantly, that's what you'll have to do, is clean the points. And as for some of the guys that are running the bigger motors, like a 540 or up, you can still run the stock carb, but what you really need to do is you need to get a deeper jet well pocket, or what they call a drain bowl. The stock one is not even as this deep. This is twice as deep as the stock one. That helps. It also helps from keeping the jet from sucking up residual garbage that's in the bottom of the bowl, because it places the actual bottom further away from the jet that sits in this pocket. If that makes sense to you. It's like when you're drinking a milkshake that's got a bunch of strawberries in the bottom of it. If you keep the straw up above the strawberries, the straw doesn't get plugged up. Same difference here. And as far as this exhaust, no and yes. Half of it is aftermarket, half of it is stock. This is a Super Trap from there to there. That's Super Trap back. From here on forward, Yamaha. But the things came out pretty clean. Pretty clean after pressure washing it. And it was pretty dirty. I still need to come back and wipe the fine dust back off everything. All the fine dust from pressure washing it. Got all that crap built up over everything. But so far everything's been great. I am gonna have to come back through and do valve adjustment, timing adjustment, point adjustment, and another oil change here real soon. But it's got quite a few miles on it so far, and I bet this oil looks nice and clean still. So oil is pretty damn clean still. It's got a little color to it now, but it's pretty clean. Ain't dirty enough I'd have to change it yet. This thing should be good for at least 1,000 miles on a tank of oil. But so far I'm really satisfied with it for what I've put into this bike. Probably one of the easiest and cheapest TTs I've ever put back together. I've done way worse, but they cost a lot more. I sat on that other one I have for about 10 years before I even started putting it together, just because I didn't have the parts. But it is what it is. I got a freaking cool old bike for not much. As it sits without all the other crap I put on it, or bought for it, because I haven't put the new brakes or wheel bearings on it yet, or the grips, or a bunch of other shit. I've probably got $600 total into the damn thing right here as you're looking at it, without the tires, and of course, without a lot of that other crap. Yeah, about 600. About 600 total. And if you're looking for one of these carburetors, man, expect to pay out the nose. A good functioning one of these carbs is going to cost you about $250, $300. If you don't have one, I would suggest you go buy another round slide screw top Makoni. Because these here 2YOs, they are spendy. Thank God I have another one. Actually, I think I have 2 other ones. Cool. I'm happy with it, man. The exhaust guard looks good on there, I think. And man, last time I had it out, I'm so freaking glad I had this skid pan on there. Oh, I took it over this one little freaking bump, a little drainage ditch thing, and I romped on it just as I went over it. And I didn't expect it to get launched 2-3 feet in the air. And it came down on the next one right on the freaking case. Bam! Bottomed out. But it slammed down pretty hard. You can hear it go clang through the woods, because it came down so hard on this case. Made that sort of sound, of course. But had that not been on there, that could have been my oil pan. Or my oil line. Either one. But I'm hoping to take it out this weekend, weather permitting. It's pretty gray today, I'll tell you what. Probably gonna rain here in a little while. But that's it. That's how she's holding up, man. Just gotta tighten the front fender, and she's ready to go out and rip again. Other than needing to lube that rear chain again because I pressure washed it. Ain't no lubrication on it now. So that's it. That's what's what.